Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, and welcome, obviously, to your daily updates on Solana. We're going to do a full update. I wanted to talk about some fundamentals. We'll talk about the technicals of Solana, of course. And today, and we have to talk about that. Today, we also have the CPI and the inflation rate data coming out for the US, and that is bound to make the market move, and it's bound to have a big influence on the markets. So yeah, we'll talk about hopefully everything you need to know. That's at least my goal. So let's get right into it. When we talk about the fundamentals for Solana right now, we already briefly looked at the total value locked yesterday, which is kind of, it's just flat, which is not bad, but it's also not great. You would like to see some sort of an increase in this. DEX trading volumes are also, they're still over $1 billion a day. But it's also relatively low compared to March, for example. Those were the days. And then apart from that, usage data is fine. I mean, daily active addresses and daily transactions are actually pretty good. But that's also, I mean, Solana has been doing great in the last couple of months, right? And there's no reason to expect that to per se drop down. So now the big question is all right, well, what's next for Solana? And purely technically speaking, I would say we're actually at a pretty decent level right here, all right? Because if you look at the EMAs right here, if you zoom out, you could say we're bullish, you could say we're bearish, probably we're a little bit more bearish. But if you zoom in, you can see that since especially like the start of May, so for the last 2 weeks, we've kind of been bouncing around in some sort of an area between 155 and 140. And yesterday and over the course of this morning, we dropped down to the bottom of that range around 141.4. So what usually happens after hitting the bottom of a range is a continuation up to the top of the range. And if that's not about to happen, then there should be a reason why that should not happen. So purely technically, it's most likely that we'll go up a little bit here. I drew this trend line purely for the thumbnail because, like I said, also if you look at, for example, the ADX, the average directional index, that's below 20, which means that the price is not trending, or at least it's not trending right now. It is going up a little bit, so maybe we could become trending over the course of the day, especially after the news. But right now, everything is pointing towards a consolidation, and if there's one thing you don't use in a consolidation, then it's a trend line. But all right, so right now, purely technically, I would say it's most likely that we actually do get some bullish momentum up towards 148 and 150. And then I do think, because early in the afternoon, we do get some big news, and that's the CPI and inflation rate data. All right, and that is bound to make the market move. What we want is lower than expected data, all right, so that the inflation rate and the CPI start to drop down. That's what we want to see. That would probably cause a relatively bullish Bitcoin, and then I am certain that Solana will also rally up a little bit higher towards 155 and 158. So really the top of the range. The last time we hit that was last week. So that's a possibility. Short term, I expect this, but then longer term, it just depends on the news. All right, I cannot say anything about that because if you look at Solana right now, we're still losing momentum. There's still a sell-off going on. At least if you look at it like this, at the open interest. Now the price is holding up because there's some spot buying coming in, which is good. But that spot buying will not hold up the price if the inflation rate is higher than expected. Right. So even though I'm slightly bullish on the short term, nothing of this is going to hold up if the inflation rate is higher than expected. Bitcoin will start to drop down then, most likely. And Solana has a real chance to get a bearish breakout below its main support level right here, which would cause a drop down to at least 133 and potentially 127.5. So know that, all right? Short term looks quite good right now, but that could turn around very, very quickly because of the news. So keep your eyes on the news. I'll let you know in my Telegram groups, all of them, so also the free ones. So make sure to join those. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.